The other interesting mechanic in this game is the idea of energy and exhaustion. So you see the blue bar over here? If I do a melee attack, right, that blue bar goes down. And also, if I run around a lot, that blue bar goes down. Now, it's not as much of a problem now because I've been playing this game for a while and there's a few things that will improve your stamina. So it increases your, how much you can run and also reduces how much energy it takes to run. When I first started playing this game, my goodness, I would just start running away from zombies and then I would run out of stamina really quickly and then I would die. Because you can't run, you can't attack, and you get hurt really easily. So this stamina thing is really quite fascinating, and one thing that we can probably learn in our real life as well. If I run out of stamina, so if I just keep whacking, right, and I get all the way to 0, if I stop halfway, let me just kill this thing here, alright, it actually regenerates rather quickly. However, if I get down to 0, I can't run, I can't attack very well anymore, and it actually takes quite a while for it to get off 0, like that. See? That may not have seemed like a long time, but when you're surrounded by zombies and you're getting hammered, those few seconds make a big difference. The same can be said of our life as well. Energy management in our life, in our own walk, is actually really, really essential. If you burn yourself out, you burn yourself on, burn the candle on both sides, and you really hit 0, it's not just a matter of bouncing back. Right? It can actually take quite a long time to get back on your feet again. And so you want to avoid zombies. You want to make sure that you have sufficient what we call buffer. Right? And buffers can present themselves in many ways in your life. When I was teaching a class, we talked about financial buffers, making sure you have enough savings stored up in case of a rainy day. We talk about relational buffers. So you want to have built relationships with people whom you can call upon in times of crisis. When things are really going pear-shaped, who in your life can you call upon to give you a hand and support you? But energy buffers are equally important. Are you doing too much in your life? Are you working way too hard? Oh my goodness! Okay, I need to kill this guy. Let's spend the ammo and whack him. Oh man, I just emptied out a whole clip on him. Oh well. What was I talking about? Energy buffers, yes. Make sure that you have time in your day to rest. Make sure you have time in your week to rest. Make sure you have time in your year to rest. Because if you don't have that rest, it can actually manifest in very real, very physical ways. There's lots of literature about people getting stomach cramps, stomach ulcers, getting neurological diseases, getting heart diseases, all sorts of very real physical health issues that arise because of stress, because they don't have enough rest. I remember my parents, when I was a student, I was pretty studious. Okay? I was not one to slack off too much. And my parents, being very stereotypical for a Chinese family, they actually encouraged me to play computer games to a degree because they recognized that it was important to rest and to recuperate. And even now, I try to spend at least a little bit every night spending time to rest. And again, be purposeful about your rest. Just because you're playing computer games doesn't necessarily mean that you're actually resting. Some computer games are more stressful than work itself. Ooh, battery, yes. I need more batteries. I need more batteries. So I want you to think about in your own life, what are some buffers that you need to put into place? Because these are the buffers that you can call upon when things go pear-shaped. You know, sometimes when things are going well, we might be able quite easily to go for more, to do extra, to do more. But sometimes life will throw you a curveball that you didn't expect. Sometimes things will happen that will cause you to need extra time, extra money, extra resources of some sort. So you want to make sure that in your day and in your life, you've got these buffers in place. So think of the categories of energy, which is the main buffer that we're talking about right now. Think of the category of finances, money. Think of the category of relationships, right? Time, money, and people. Right? Where do you need to build a little bit more buffer in your life? And if you can think of that, I want you to put it on the chat as well. Do you need to make more time in your day to rest? And that might be playing computer games. That's your thing. It might be going for a walk outside and just getting some fresh air and clearing your head. Sometimes that works for people. Some people are very exercise, crazy, so they going to the gym is actually their rest, and if that's you, go for it as well. Right? Do you need that buffer in your energy, in your time? Do you need a buffer in your finances? How are your savings like? If you were to lose your job, or were unable to get your usual income stream, how long could you last? Do you have that number? And thirdly, do you have people that you can call upon? People whom you have invested your life into, people whom you have, who have called upon you and you've given up themselves, and you know that if things went sideways, you could call on these people and they would be there for you. So I want you to think of these three categories. Which of these three categories do you need to grow your buffer in slightly?